Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I just want to take a few moments and share with you some of our curriculum choices for my son, who will be a fifth grader for the 2020-2021 school year. So if you've checked out my video for our third grade choices for curriculum, you're going to see a lot of the same names, and that's okay. We are new homeschoolers, and we're just trying to figure out what works for us and for our learning styles, and just what's going to help us be the most successful this coming school year. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump in. I want to share with you what we've been doing over the summer. So my kiddos, they got out of school mid-March. So probably toward the end of April, beginning of May, I purchased these two books from Master Books. So for my son, we got Language Lessons for Living Education, Level 5. So he's been working through this. And then we also got Math Lessons for a Living Education Level 5. He's been working through this as well. These two books are fantastic. We've loved them. I love just how straightforward they are, how easy they are to do either independently or I can choose how involved I want to be, and they don't require a lot of time. So this has just been a fantastic resource for us this summer. I think we will continue with it. If we need to take a break, we'll take a break. That's fine. But I just kind of wanted them to stay engaged this summer. So for math, David will be doing level 5 of teaching textbooks. So I've already had him take his placement test, and level 5 is exactly where he needs to be. So that's where he will be for this school year, and we're super excited about it. I'm super excited about the fact that it's online, and it provides lessons, and it's just going to create a little bit of time for me as I work with my third grader. So our scheduling plan is what we're hoping to do, Lord willing, while David's working on math, Annabeth will be working on English, and while Annabeth is working on math, David will be working on English, so that I can have enough time between the two since they're on different levels. So that is what he will be doing for math. For English, we will be doing English 5, the writing and grammar, BJU Press. I'm super excited about this. I don't know if you're familiar with BJU Press at all. I just want you to be able to kind of look in the workbook. The workbook is just beautiful, captivating, engaging. But I did a lot of research when it came to English language arts. This was one of the subjects I was most intimidated by. I really wanted to make sure that I was going to get something that worked for them but also for me, and that I would be able to teach it. So one of the draws for me for BJU Press was the teacher's manual. The teacher's manual is absolutely fantastic. They do have a distance learning program. It is a little bit more expensive. We are not doing that. We're just doing the workbook, and I have the teacher's manual as well, but it is fantastic. It is laid out very clear. Everything I need to do, everything I need to say is right there. So this program is broken up into 16 chapters. It's made for a regular school year. Look, it's not going to be in this one. It's going to be in my other one. I think it's made for about 32 weeks, 150 days. I don't know if that's right or not. I should have looked at that before I did this, but I'm kind of in between right now. I'm trying to make the most of my time. But I believe it's made for about 150 days, give or take a few. So it's broken up into 16 chapters, and you can spend 2 weeks on each chapter, which I think is fantastic. If we need to take a break in the middle of the week, it's not going to hurt us to do that. So that is why I picked this. And then also just the fact that it alternates between grammar and writing. I know we live in the state of Missouri. I'm not sure on what standards are for other states, but my children are coming from the public school system, and my son got really heavy in writing in third grade, and I know it's just kind of built since then, so I just don't want to miss that. I want to make sure he's still building off of that. So that's what we're doing for English, and I'll just go ahead and show you two of the resources I got for writing. Oh look, they're right here. I picked up for him as well. It's the Evan Moore 6 Trait Writing. It's a daily workbook. So he has grade 5. I believe I picked this up from Rainbow Resource, and this is the book that includes the teacher's manual. So basically the idea is they do a page a day. So, and then that was the manual. It starts a new week. So you have your teacher's manual information, and then you go into the pages. So just a page a day. I know that the BJU Press English provides writing, so probably the weeks we do writing, we won't do this, but just the in-between, and also just it's independent work, work he can do, if we need time between transitions, if Annabeth needs me more. So that is our plan. I also picked up from The Good and the Beautiful, the Creative Writing book number 1. And look, I've read through this, and it's just so cool. This is, again, it's creative writing, and it's just different ideas, different thoughts. It's broken up into a couple sections. Let me see if it's in the front. I don't think it's in the front. But like the first section is called descriptive writing. So they just provide practice for that. Then the next section, I believe, I'm just kind of doing a flip through, it's writing exercises. So it just provides just different exercises, like main ideas, and just different ways to describe things. And then the next section is story starters. And then the next section, I believe, is poetry. And then the next section is, that might be it. That might be all the sections. No, it's full stories. So this is just really, really amazing. I can't wait for him to dive into this. And again, this is just something like on the days where we've got a little bit of extra time, and I just really want to encourage that. I want to encourage creativity when it comes to writing. I just don't want it to be, you have to write this, you have to do this. So for some reason I need to put this other workbook aside, and we need to focus on this. We will do it. I just wanted to make sure we had it. So anyway, this is book number 1. I believe there's a book number 2 as well. So to go along with reading, I picked up this reading skills grade 5. Again, I just wanted to make sure we're spending time on reading comprehension. He is a fantastic reader. His reading fluency is amazing. He is just, he's a really great student. He's advanced for his age, so I just, again, fluency is not so much of a concern with him, but I just wanted to make sure we were staying on top of, comprehension and those kinds of things. And then this book is a little bit more than Annabeth's book. This book was $9.95. So I purchased this from Amazon. Again, just something else I can throw in if we're needing a little bit of extra practice, and a time saver, independent work, seat work, that kind of thing. And then I also snagged for him, just like Annabeth, is the Fix-It Grammar by IEW, the Institute for Excellent Writing. And then again, the same thing if you watch the 3rd grade video, or if you don't know anything about Fix-It Grammar, but they are essentially rewriting a story, and they're rewriting it correctly. So they have about a sentence a day that they're working on. And once they've worked through the entire book, they will have correctly rewritten this story. So just some extra practice there. I think I got that from christianbooks.com. It was pretty inexpensive. So I also have book number 4, book number 5 for Explode the Code. We've already jumped into this and they seem to really like it. It's just easy, you know, thought-provoking, and just a good filler. Not that I want them doing busy work, but I know for my son, he's going to get through his work a lot quicker than his sister. So I just wanted to make sure I had some things for him. Moving on to spelling, he will also be doing Spelling You See. This is level E, and this is the American Spirit. We're really excited about this. Book 1, book 2. I don't know if you know anything about Spelling You See, but I would highly encourage you to check out just different review videos by some seasoned homeschool mamas. There's some really great videos out there. I really liked the idea of spending a week on one passage and the repetition and the memory. I really like that rhythm. I know for both of my kids that seems to work, as I've helped them with other things in the past. So we can't wait to jump into that. For handwriting, David will be working on the Good and the Beautiful handwriting, level 5. So I flipped through this. It looks pretty awesome. Like I said earlier, we do come from the public school system, but in 2nd grade, when we were still living in Louisiana, David was in a private school and they were doing cursive, so he can write in cursive. So I love the fact that this is cursive. It's cursive and print for the most part. It could be all cursive. I haven't flipped through it completely. It looks like the majority of it's cursive. So I love the fact that we're going to be able to review some of that. He has done some cursive since being back in the public school system, but not as much as he did in 2nd grade. So I just thought this would be a great review for him. And then also, you know, my fella, his handwriting isn't the neatest, so I just kind of thought this would be an opportunity to work on that. What I also have right here from the Good and the Beautiful is typing level 1. So in the state of Missouri, for homeschooling, we are required to have 1,000 homeschool hours. There are 4 required subjects. That is, you know, your English, your math, your science, and your history. So out of the 1,000 hours, 600 of them have to be the required subjects, and 400 of them have to be elective. So typing is one of his electives. We also have a Bible curriculum as well. I didn't share this in my daughter's video, but that I'm keeping in our morning basket. So if you want to know what we're doing for Bible, be sure to check out that video. So I think we've got a good variety here as far as, you know, a Christian worldview curriculum, some secular curriculum. You know, I didn't want to just go with one, and I'm seeing that is what a lot of homeschool moms did. You know, I like this for this one, and I like this for this one, and we just wanted to incorporate a little bit of everything. And also because we're new, we're trying to figure out how we learn and how we connect as we do homeschooling together. So I'm hoping that we will just gain so much knowledge about each other and about our learning abilities from these different resources. So, okay, I just have 2 more things to show you. So for our science and history, we plan to end our homeschool day with science and history. Our start of the day is going to be, for David, he's going to start with math and move into English, and then Annabeth, she'll start with English and move into math. So I can make sure I have enough time for the both of them. But after lunch, we will go into our science and history. So it's the same exact thing for Miss Annabeth, but I bought the life packs from Alpha and Omega Publications for science and history. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but fantastic curriculum. So what drew me to it was the cost, and then also just the fact that I purchased this box. This is everything that we need for 5th grade science. I purchased the box and I get everything. Well, this is a grab and go type of curriculum. It can be done independently. But anyway, what's in the box is I get a teacher manual, just so you have an idea of how this works. I don't want to knock that over. You get 10 booklets, and each booklet represents a unit, and you work through each unit one at a time. So this is unit 1. See how small that is? When they finish with unit 1, they move on to unit 2. Same thing, size. And then when they finish that one, they move on to the next one. I really like the fact that it's broken up into little booklets, so we're not as overwhelmed by the information. And I love the fact that it can be done independently. Not that I'm going to make both of my children do this independently, but I will have the freedom to choose how involved I can be. So this is designed for 180 school day. So when I planned our school year, which I planned it, I did a year at a glance, and then I broke it down weekly, and I'm going to have my children keep a log for their individual days. Just that's going to help me keep track of our hours for record keeping. But anyway, when I planned it, they're going to spend about a month or 18 days on each workbook. So I love that so much. Like this workbook, just to give you an idea, it's broken up into 3 sections. So they'll focus on each section. There'll be some reading, and there'll be an activity, and then they'll move on to the next. There is a test for each unit. I believe that's optional, but just the fact that it's there, I think it's fantastic. So this is his science for the year. I also purchased the science kit from homesciencetools.com to go along with this, because I mean, what's science without some experiments? So we really can't wait to dive into that. The history, same exact thing, same number of workbooks, same number of units. Look, my people in the back are getting restless, so I think it's time we wrap this up. But same thing. So Lord willing, this is our plan for the 2020-2021 school year. I do plan to provide some updated videos, hopefully for each month, just to kind of let you know how it's working for us. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope this encouraged you. I hope this inspired you, and I would love to know what it is that you're using and if you've used any of these materials. So I'll see y'all next time. Bye.